and permanently positive change through witchcraft. Hello, witches. I am High Priestess Austin Phoenix. Thank you for joining me for this broadcast. I will be uploading this onto my other social media platforms, so be sure to be following me on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, now known as X. So this broadcast is about a price that every single witch, no matter what your practice is, has got to pay. Many high priestesses, I don't know why, but won't tell you this, but there is always a price to pay for every spell, ritual, hex, or curse that you perform. There is always a price to pay, and that price is not always money. That price is not always money. Every time you do a spell, ritual, hex, or curse, you are giving something up. You are giving something up of equal value. You may not even know this. You may not even know this. Every single time you do a spell, you are giving up something of equal value. You have to. It's a requirement. You can't bypass it. You can't say, no, I don't want to give this up to get this result out of my spell, ritual, hex, or curse. You can't do that. There is always a price to pay. More experienced witches, more mature witches already know this truth. So this broadcast is really for new witches. There is always a price to pay. It's never, the result of your spell is never given freely. You have to give something up. If you do a spell to get a new man or woman, guess what? You have to give up that ex or that crush that you are currently stalking. If you are doing a spell for a brand new best friend, guess what? You have to give up your current toxic best friend. It has to be of equal exchange. Equal exchange is never ever given freely. When you do a spell, you are asking your chosen deity or god or goddess or ancestor or spirit animal or familiar to work alongside you as an equal, and you have to give them something in return for their help. You have to. If you don't give them something in return, they will take it. They will take what means the most to you. And like I just said, it's not always money. Not every god or goddess wants wine or crackers or chocolate or gold or money. If you don't give your chosen deity that you have worked alongside something of equal value, they will take what means the most to you. It's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. Every witch has got to make a choice what is important to them and give it up in exchange for something, anything of equal value. Of equal value. You can't give Hecate wine and want a Tulsa in return. No. What do you have currently that is equal to a Tulsa? Most witches don't want to give up what means the most to them, and that's why those same witches do not have real significant and permanently positive change through witchcraft, because they don't give up something of equal value that is not always money. some gods, some goddesses, some ancestors, some deities, some familiars, some spirit animals do not want cash. They want something that means the most to you, because it is your faith in your chosen deity that they will give you something greater, something better, but you have to make the first step by giving up something. You can't ask a high priestess or a high priest what your chosen deity wants. You already know what they want. You know already. You know. You may not want to admit it. You may not even want to give them what they want, but every witch has got to make a choice, especially before the next full moon on August 30th, what they are willing to sacrifice, what they are willing to give up, what means the most to that witch. Every witch has got to make a choice. Every witch has got to make a choice. There is always a price to pay for every spell, ritual, hex, or curse that you do. Nothing is free. You have to give up something of equal exchange for something better, for something greater. If you want to have real, significant, and I believe permanently positive change through witchcraft, you will freely give it up with no resistance, with no bad attitude, with no here, take this, or giving it away in grievance, giving it away in doubt that you will get something back of equal exchange. If you don't want to give up anything, then you can't be a witch. Why? Because there is always a price to pay for every spell, ritual, hex, or curse that you perform. Always. You have to give something that means the most to you, with the firm belief that you will get back something greater. That's why I also tell witches to choose their god or goddess or ancestor or familiar or spirit animal very carefully, so that they don't get screwed over. Because not every single god or goddess is going to work with you just because you want them to work with you. You don't tell them what to do. It's their choice to work with you. It's their choice to work with you or just totally ignore you. It's their choice, not yours. It's their choice. But if you want your spells to be successful, if you want your spell to finally, after being a witch for 2 or 4 years, to finally work, yeah, I know. I know some of you have been witches for 2 or 4 years and have gotten no results from your spells, rituals, hexes, or curses, but that ends tonight because I'm teaching on it. That you have to give something up of equal exchange. Of equal exchange. Every witch has got to make a choice. You have to give up something to get something. You have to have absolute faith in your chosen God or goddess that they will add their blessings onto your bosom, so that you may not go through life the hard way anymore, because you have decided that you are going to be all in as a witch and give up something of equal exchange to have real, significant, and permanently positive change through witchcraft, which is the goal of every witch. So thank you, witches, for joining me for this quick pop-up broadcast. And with that, I now release you into the rest of your evening. Bye, everyone.